Hi guys. I don't know about you, but in my mind, I'm still 30 years old.
Good for you.
I get shocked when I look in the mirror, worse when I look at pictures, because in my head, I'm only 30. That was the best year.
That was pre-Rick, right?
It was pre-Rick. Sorry. He got me a few years after that. So the topic for this month is transformation. And of course, the first thing I think of, and I actually even mentioned it a couple of weeks ago on Easter, was Jesus making the statement, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind." So then I asked, do our minds need renewing? And I looked in the mirror and said, yeah, looked at my life, yeah, there's things that could be renewed, there's things that could be shifted and changed. So then I thought, what needs to be renewed? And I'm going to start with a story that is absolutely true. Rick and I were driving down to Fresno about 2 weeks ago. And, you know, I pointed this out to him before, but he wasn't listening. Do you do that sometimes with other people where you say something and they go, yeah, but they really didn't hear you? We have this issue in our house.
So it goes both ways.
It goes both ways. It does.
This is clear.
Huh? I just told you that. Really? So we're driving through Coarsegold. How many of you drive through Coarsegold? Okay. On the right-hand side, as you're driving down through Coarsegold, there's a big recycling center. What does the banner say? Come on. Jesus recycles. Jesus recycles. Now, I always giggle at these kinds of things because I just find them interesting. So Jesus recycles, and I mentioned it to Rick before. Oh, you got here, so you're going to find out that you blew my talk on Thursday. Anyways, yes, Veronica, you. So I'm sitting there, and I mentioned it to him the last time we'd gone down, and he did the yeah. And so we're driving through Coarsegold a couple of weeks ago, and he goes, "Did you see that banner?" And I said, "Yeah, the Jesus recycles." He goes, "Isn't that funny?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "But I think we're pronouncing it wrong. It's Jesus." See, Jesus mows the lawns on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, he recycles. You have to be in California to understand that one. So the first thing we need to renew is our misconceptions, our mispronunciations. Things we think mean one thing, but really mean another. I don't want to miss any of this, guys. Renewing our misconceptions. Oh, our first misconception, most important, is that we are not lovable. Anybody deal with this ever in your life? Just a couple of you. What do we do to make up for that? Oh, we get all dressed up, and we buy the right perfume, and we drive the right car, and we are seen in the right places, and we go to the right places for dinner, and we spend lots and lots of money trying to make ourselves okay. Anybody ever get caught in this?
Sure.
I pick my clothes carefully when I speak. We get caught in this misconception that we are not lovable. Is that the truth about you?
Nope.
No. I only got one no. Everybody together. No. No, it's not the truth about you. We get caught in society's ideas of what we're supposed to do. We get caught in, again, the cars, the houses. This stuff is going to make us feel better. The how many flutes? I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, that wasn't in the notes. It just came out. We all have our stuff, though. You know, Brick laughs at me because I have to, and I did it yesterday, I have to change over my closet from summer to winter clothes because I have so many things that I can't keep them all in one place. I work at home. I wear the same pair of sweatpants 4 days a week. It's the truth. But I have so many clothes, I have to change out my closet. Anyways, we've all bought into it. In some way or another, we've all bought into the sales pitch. Rick bought into the sales pitch yesterday. He saw a commercial for pizza on Friday. We've been doing a gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free diet, and he could not stand it any longer. They get us. They get us, and these commercials are bombarding us, and if it's not commercials, it's pressure of society. Telling us that we need this or we need that in order to be more attractive, more lovable. The things we do to gain a couple of compliments.
I really did need the pizza.
You really did need the pizza. I know. And we got the pizza and it was good. But we buy into it. We all have. Everything we strive for, everything we do. But we've forgotten the truth. And the truth, of course, is that we are pure love. Our Thursday night group is really kind of fun. We just started this week. And the Tuesday Course in Miracles group's been going on for 2 weeks now. These have been the most magnificent discussions, and it is so much fun. And I posed a question. I'm totally out of order. But I posed a question, or an assignment, I guess. It wasn't a question. That'll come later. I asked a question of people as to what they call God. And we didn't get around the room and talk about it, but one thing I did assign everybody was to come up with a new name for God. Because if we're moving into a new phase in our spiritual growth, to have some new name that we call God, here's this renewing of the mind, might be beneficial. And I did this because as I was doing the Course in Miracles and reading my stuff and getting to my place this week, I figured out that God was pure love. So my new name, I didn't tell anybody last week, so I'm telling all of you now. My new name for God, till I figure out a new one, is pure love. And that's the truth. God is pure love. I am pure love. And the way I can prove that is anything that doesn't feel like pure love doesn't feel good, does it? Anything less than that. I always go back to that place when I'm looking for truth. What feels right? I think Christianity is so strong because that's one of their sales pitches, isn't it? Jesus is love. And if everybody's out there looking for love, looking for a way to be lovable, that's a good hook, isn't it? That something somewhere loves you no matter what. I love you all, no matter what.
We love you too.
I really do. So that's it. We got to get to that feeling level. The stuff doesn't prove it to us. The stuff doesn't work. It's that feeling. If I say, I love you all no matter what, but you don't really feel that, what does it do? Nothing. We've got to get to that feeling level. Damn, it got quiet in this room. The Course in Miracles, in the introduction, and you know, we just started at the very beginning and started reading through. And the very first week, one of the things we read was, the Course does not aim at teaching the meaning of love, for that is beyond what can be taught. It does aim, however, at removing the blocks to the awareness of love's presence, which is your natural inheritance. So what's the truth about love? It's always present. Is it past? Is it future? We're back to this concept of the now. It's always present now. Love is the only truth. The only truth, pure love. And it is, as this quotation says, our natural inheritance. We can't get away from it, guys. We might think we do, but we really don't. Now, I'm a theta healing practitioner, which might sound like gobbledygook to a lot of you, but it is a healing modality that quite a few of us went and learned. And what we do in theta healing is we actually do kinesiology, muscle testing on subconscious beliefs. Because it's not what we're doing on the conscious level, it's what's going on underneath, below the surface, that we're not even aware of, that's causing our issues. So in theta healing, we do muscle testing to find hidden beliefs. And we make statements and we muscle test people for whether they believe that or not, yes or no. And I will tell you that almost everyone I have tested with the core belief of I am lovable has tested no. Somewhere down inside of us, we don't really believe this. And the trick is to find out what it is that's doing that. What it is that's causing that feeling of unlovability. I think the number one thing is comparing ourselves to each other. I mentioned this to somebody this week, that, you know, it's an AA statement, but it doesn't matter, it works for everything, that we compare our insides with everybody else's outsides. Mm-hmm. So when we do that, it sets up this dynamic of, I don't measure up. This isn't going to work for me. You know, what's going on inside of me isn't the same as what I'm seeing on the outside of you. So I'm not good enough. We need to recognize, guys, you got to get it through your heads, and I got to get it through mine. We are perfect just as we are. We are enough. We are all the same. The second thing we need to renew is our connection to spirit. Now, Joanne talked about this last week. Joanne talked about going into meditation, and meditation being a connection to spirit, which it certainly is. The thing is, to me, meditation means going to a place that's quiet. Going to a place where I go inside, where I let go of the things of the outside world. Sounding kind of familiar, isn't it? Let go of the outside world, go inside, because that's where the connection is. Now, you cannot be separated from pure love, or whatever name you choose to give spirit. You can't be disconnected. It's not something you can plug in and unplug. You are hardwired. That's the truth of who you are. You are fully connected. You might not recognize it at the time, but you are always fully connected. So when we get quiet for a minute, and we find that spot inside of us, at the core of our being that is pure love, we come back to that connection. So renewing our connection will take care of a lot of this and wash it away. But do we remember to do this several times through the day, even for a minute? No. We get busy doing whatever we're doing. We get sidetracked. We get caught up in our thinking. Does anybody think like I do? It's a dangerous place. Dangerous, dangerous place. We are always connected. We just don't always feel it. Now, how many of you have had a really good spiritual experience? Raise your hands. Almost everybody. Almost everybody. Think of that feeling of that spirit, where you felt fully connected. Where you felt that there was something bigger and better than you in this room. Or whatever room you were in. it was a feeling, wasn't it? It was.